I'll just fix in the space a little bit. And I think that we'll be ready to start. Hi everyone. Um, I'm just checking in if there's anything going on the chat. Um, Beautiful. I think we are ready to crack on. Welcome all to today's um, today's session. Just looking for a comfortable seat just for those few minutes of introduction. Today we are going to continue on the theme that we started last week. So speaking and practicing again, um, the preparation for finding the kind of focus and concentration that you need in order to get to your product sprints with a clear mind and sharp focus that allows you to act on your customer feedback, to communicate with the team, and to plan the next steps forward for your business without having this thoughts overwhelm that you might sometimes experience when you start your day with replying to emails, checking your Slack messages, looking at your sales metrics, and all the other KPIs that you're tracking because you know yourself how many other things might be pulling you in different directions, especially at the beginning of the day. So, we are going to again use this practice to find that focus and concentration because when we are distracted, all those thoughts are taking up our energy, and then that affects the way we perform when we have to make important decision, and it's also draining, and make you then much easier to get into a spiral of negative thoughts or doubts that are impacting how you feel. So this is why we want to use that practice again to find that focus and concentration. So we'll be working through the same elements that we discovered last time. So we'll be using activating breath, that is getting really into our belly, in our core. We're going to start our practice with that. We're going to also use balance, and we'll be focusing on core activation through exercises, not only through breath. So these are the three elements that we'll be focusing on in this practice, and I will walk you through them as we go through. The practice is very similar to what we've done last week, so lots of movements are actually gonna feel familiar in your body because we've done some of those bits last week. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna start in a seat, in a kneeling seat. So we're just gonna move a little bit, finding your kneeling seat there. Always when I arrive in this space, I kind of align my big toes, one on the top of the other. My hips are firmly resting on the heels, and then finding that balance with the chest so that the shoulders are over the hips. So we are taking the pressure off from the front of the body. We'll be here for a moment, and just starting, you can close your eyes, and we're going to get into breath. So first, arriving in this space, let's just feel that breath. Close your lips and breathe through the nose. So in and out, just a normal, natural breath. Feel the mat under your legs, and then press down so that you can lengthen your spine, growing taller, noticing how much more space you create in the body when you switch on, when you activate those muscles. So we are pressing down, lengthening the spine, reaching the crown of the head up. Follow the guidance of my voice and see if you can actually keep your eyes closed whenever it doesn't challenge your balance. When we are in those more static places like sitting, see if you can actually close your eyes and lean into that self-trust of just following my voice. So keep breathing through the nose, and when you exhale, drop your shoulders down, feeling that space between the ears and your shoulders. And then on the next exhale, actively push the breath out really squeezing your belly in. So inhale here, and then breathe out. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. See if you can make those inhales passive and just focus on that active push of the breath. So let's do 3 like this. Take 1 inhale, and then exhale. And let's do 2 normal breaths, just in and out through the nose. And then again, 3 fast exhales. And then we come back to natural breath. You can keep your eyes closed, lifting your hands and reaching above the head. And then bring your left hands next to you and bend over to the left side. Inhale back to center, both hands up. And then exhale the other hands down, bending over to the right. Let's do that one more time each side. But we're going to change a little. Left hand comes down, bending over to the left. And then bring your whole chest towards the ground. Both hands are walking to the front. So we're kind of moving through child pose and then lifting the chest and the head back up. Inhale it. And then the right hand comes down, moving over to the right, and then walking your hands to the side, and then to the front, lifting the chest. Let's do it one more time. Each side, lifting up, reaching up, lengthen through sides of your body, and then left hand comes down, folding your chest over your knees, back to center. And inhale up. Exhale to the side, and then folding your chest. You're stretching here through the sides, and then lengthening the spine, bringing more space. Inhale, lift hands up, and exhale, both hands down. Let's move to hands and knees. Let's get some even more mobility into our spine. Today in hands and knees, set up your hands and knees wider than your shoulders, than your hips. So a little bit wider than normally when we arrive in this space. And then drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the head. And then exhale, round gaze to your thighs. Inhale as you lift. And even here you can practice that active exhale, feeling that belly button getting in and pushing the breath out. Inhale, lift, look up. And exhale, push the breath out. And let's do one more time. And exhale, push the breath. Come back to natural spine, neutral spine. And then step your legs back. Let's get into plank straight. Gazes down, pressing away from the ground. Feel into the balls of your feet. So tailbone is tucked under, core is already engaged here, breathing through the nose. And then lift the hips back in a downward facing dog. Arriving in this first down dog, really open the chest to your thighs, gazes to the thighs, and keep pressing down through the base of your hands. You can bend and extend through each foot, each leg, all at one time. And then let's keep on that walk, walking with the feet to the top of the mat. And then there, we're gonna roll it all the way up to standing. When you get to the top, roll your shoulders up to your ears. And then down. And then the other direction. There we go. Let's come back to the center of the mat, facing the short edge of the mat. And then with the inhale, lift your hands up, reaching up, feeling the lengthening of your body. Your feet are pressing down, your hands are reaching up. Tailbone is tucked under, strong core. And then exhale, fold down, hands to the floor. Inhale, lift up, reach up. And exhale, hands down. One more time. Inhale, reach up, lift up. And then bring the balance to the left, lift your right knee up. Step the foot down, fold all the way down, hands to the ground. Chair pose, send the hips down, lift the chest, lift the hands. And exhale, fold down. Step your right leg back, drop the knee, and then release the foot. You want to really put that shin firm on the ground so we can also lean it and lean back and use it for support. And then as you inhale, lift your hands up. So this is when we really lean into that back leg, feeling the support, and it's pressing away from the ground. So we stay strong in our body. Inhale here. And as you exhale, you sweep the hands back. You can activate that exhale that we did at the beginning, pushing the breath out. And then we are sending the hips back, folding the chest over the front leg, and then hands are back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, press the breath out, hands either side, fold. Two more like this. Inhale, lift. Keep squeezing your thighs to the center. That also helps you with stability. We are already challenging balance here. Exhale, back. And then inhale, come forward, lift the hands up. We're going to change here, curl the toes under, and then we're going to lift the back knee, maybe even stepping it a little bit farther. We're coming to a standing shape. Strong legs, keep pressing down. And then as you exhale, keep that active breath, hands either side, extend the front leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Extending the front leg. Inhale, lift one more time. And exhale, hands either side, extend the front leg. Then we're going to bend the front leg, bring the hands either side of the foot. And then we're going to rock forwards and backwards, feel into the balance of that front leg. And then we're going to move it forward, lift the back leg, maybe it comes off the ground, maybe you lift it a little bit farther. So you really want to press into the standing leg, hands are either side, and then keep lifting the back leg. See if you can bring all the weight of your body into your standing foot, and maybe even lift the hands off the ground. They can come and grab your ankle, or they can keep staying on the ground, lifting the back leg as you fold your chest down into a standing split. And then we come back the same way, drop the back leg, and then step into plank. Take one full breath, sending the heels to the back of the room. Exhale out. And then lift the hips back and up, gaze to your thighs. Keep breathing. And then this time bend the knees and start walking to the back of the mat. And then roll it all the way up to standing. Inhale, lift up. Lift the hands, reach up. Look up. Maybe even bend slightly to the back, turning gaze to the ceiling, even looking behind you. And then bring the hands back either side. Take a few moments here, close your eyes and really root down through your feet. And notice how your breath feels. We're finding the similar flow that we did last week in our low lunge, in the high lunge, really using the breath to activate the core, to activate that energy. This is really quite an opposition to what often the beginning of the day, of your day, might look like when we are sitting at the desk and our bodies are pretty immobile. We're kind of concentrated on focusing, maybe reading email, responding. So the work is very much in our mind. Now in this practice, we are bringing our focus into the body, focusing on the breath, its flow, activating the breath by squeezing the core and also moving. So these are the elements that I want you really to focus on as we'll be going through the other side of that flow. Every moment, how you move the weight of your body between one leg and the other, and how the breath flows, and how that core engagement helps you to stay without any shakes and wobbles, right? They're always there. We're always welcome them, because this is what reminds us that maybe we're not fully in this moment. If we kind of shake a little bit, we maybe lost it. So that's our sweet reminder that we need to get back grounded into what we're doing. So let's breathe together, lift the hands up, look up. Exhale, fall down. One more time. Inhale, reach your hands up. And then exhale, fold down. Inhale, lift up, reach up for the sitting, balance to the right leg, lift your left knee up to your chest. Find the balance here, grounding through the right foot. And then we step the leg down, fold forward. Step your left leg back behind you and then lower the knee, release the foot. We're in a low lunge. Inhale, lift the hands, lift the chest. Finding again that support of your back leg. So really leaning here into that shin, into the top of the foot as well. I can feel how that foot is active there and it presses away from the ground. Staying in your low lunge. Your hands are up. And then as you exhale, hands swing either side. You send the hips back, bending over your front leg. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, chest folds down, hands either side. Two more like this. Inhale, lift. Feel the transfer of the balance between your front and the back leg. And then also pressing the breath out with the exhale. Inhale, come back to the front. And then curl the toes under, lift the back leg. We're coming to a high lunge. If that feels wide, you can step it a little bit closer in. And then as you exhale, hands swing either side. Fold the chest forward and then extend the front leg. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands either side. Two more like this. Inhale, lift the chest, reach the hands up. Press down through your feet and then exhale, come back to extended leg. Inhale, lift up last time. And exhale, hands back. Now we're going to bend the front leg. Hands come either side, so you bend as much as you need in order to find the ground with your hands. And then we walk forwards and backwards. Feel that shift of your weight between your two legs. And then we try to lift the back leg. You might want to step it a little bit closer. And then leaning forward into that standing leg. The back leg just comes off the ground. And then you can keep it very close to the ground, or you can keep lifting it up. And as you lift, really press into your standing leg. So you want to extend through that standing leg, creating a space here. And that maybe means that your hands come off the ground. See if you find the balance here. Hands can always land there for support, or you can grab your leg as you lean the chest forward, lifting the back leg up in your standing splits. And then hands come back to your side. Drop the back leg down. And we're back where we came from. Step to plank. Keep breathing. Find that soft breath. And then bend the knee, release tops of your feet, bend the elbows, chest to the ground. Let's do 3 cobras. Hands are under the shoulders. Squeeze the elbows either side. And then lift the head, lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale, bow. 2 more like this. Inhale, lifting the chest of the ground. And then forehead back down. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, back down. Press into the hands, lift the chest off the ground fully. And then we move to downward facing dog. Lifting the hips back and up. Walking 1 step, 1 foot. Bending 1 knee at a time. Opening the chest to your thighs. And then keep walking your feet until you reach the top of the mat. And then there we roll it up to standing. Inhale, lift your hands up, reach up. Look to the ceiling, maybe then reaching with your hands to the back of the room, looking behind you, finding a bit of a back bend. You really want to squeeze your glutes, push the hips here forward. And then calm down to forward fold. Stay in your forward fold. Your hands are swinging here. You can shake your head yes and no. You really want to relax the neck here. You can even shake it a little bit more. And then send the hips to the mat, coming through like a squat. And when you reach your maximum, you can help yourself with the hand behind you. We are going to shuffle a little bit to the middle. and then get back a little bit more into our core. So let's come back to that breath, knowing that with every exhale, the core gets activated as we push the breath out and the belly squeezes in. So let's keep that in mind as we get into our boat pose, leaning back with your shoulders, with your chest. Already here, like activate your core and then lift your feet off the ground. Feel your sit bones down. You can even wobble here. Yeah, my sit bones are here. And then lift your legs parallel to the ground. Hands can be either side. Keep breathing here. Stay strong. And then our shoulders are relaxed here. Hands don't have to be like super engaged here. We can keep them relaxed. What we are working on here is to keep squeezing that core and those thighs together. Okay, we've got the chest, release the feet. And then you can move the knees from side to side. We'll be coming back to the shape 2 more times. Okay, you come back to the center. Let's get ready. Lifting the feet off the ground, finding your sit bones again, lifting the chest, lifting the feet. Bring your hands together, and then elbows are up, squeezing the shoulder blades as well. And then we're going to turn to the right as we extend the left leg forward. Maybe the chest leans a little bit back. Stay strong, and then come back to center. And then let's do the other side. Facing to the left, extending the right leg. We've got it through the center. 1 more each side. Turn to the right, extend the left leg. Stay strong, keep squeezing your core, lifting the chest up. Back to center. And then the other side. And then back to center. Release the feet, release the hands behind you, and then move the knees in a very professionally named shape with windscreen wipers, they call this. Just to release the thighs a little bit and also creating that more space here in our belly after we were all squeezing it in up. Okay, we're gonna come back to the shape 1 more time before we fully release it down to the ground. So hands are either side, lean to your sit bones, lift the legs. We're back in our boat pose. Find that breath, the ones that activates your core. Bring the hands to your chest. And then as you exhale, because that helps us engage the core, we will lean back, extending the legs. Back in. And then 2 more like this. Exhale down. In for the inhale. And exhale, extend. And then hover here for 1. And then release. Feeling the support of the mat beneath you as you drop your head down. Drop your shoulders down and your hands are resting here. Close your lips and take few breaths here. You can even close your eyes, just allowing your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. And then also releasing all those different spaces in which you might have felt tension in the shade before. We want to let go of all of that and just giving the body this moment to pause. Okay, we're not fully relaxing yet. Bring soles of your feet down to the ground. Knees are bent. And today we're gonna go for 1 round of bridge pose, so you can press into your feet, lift your hips off the ground, and then keep lifting your hips all the way up. And then you can even come to the very top of your shoulders, but keep the hands resting either side. Just press down through your feet. Thighs are squeezing together as you lift the hips up. Really feel this activation of your glutes as you press them almost like to your limit, lifting those hips up. And then let's release it back. Knees to your chest, give yourself a hug, squeezing in. You can even rock it from side to side. I like to keep my knees actually extended here to feel those hips on the ground a little bit more. And then close your knees, release your feet down to the ground. And then keep the soles of the feet together as you open your knees wide. And then rock the hips from side to side. We want the glutes to fully relax here on the ground. So let's just do a little bit of that shaking, gently moving from side to side. And then when you come to stillness, you really want to let go of any tension in your glute. In this shape here, it's only the gravity that's working your knees down. We're not actually squeezing glutes, holding anything here. Your lower back, lower body is relaxed. Hands are resting either side. And then take 5 breaths in the shape. As you lay down here on the ground with your eyes closed, as you breathe, release your shoulders down, release your shoulder blades. 3 more breaths. Almost follow that journey of the breath. When you inhale, your belly is rising. And exhale is falling down. And then 2 more like this. And then bring your knees back in, soles of the feet are back on the ground, and you can walk your feet as wide as the mat, allowing your knees to fall to the center. Keep your eyes closed and just follow the guidance of my voice. Even if you might not see me there at the front, trust your body in the shape. We want to do this little contra to our previous reclined butterfly. So knees are falling to the center, your feet are as wide as the mat, your back, your hips are resting. Take 1 more long breath, giving it that same direction, in and down with the inhale, and then up and out with the exhale. And then extend your legs out long, finding your Shavasana resting shape. In our practice here, we take our body on the full circular journey, starting first with a grounding breath, bringing that focus to the here and now on the mat, and then increasing a bit our heart rate, getting into some hard work, challenging the balance, to then calm back down and release. We're doing this to show your body that always after the time of high pressure and high intensity, there is time to relax. We want to bring in that sensation that even in those times of high pressure at your work, you will know that after it, there needs to be a time to rest and relax, and your body will send you signals. It will become the natural cycle for you. So that's why at the end of this practice, we come down to lie in stillness for a few minutes. It might seem like a long time, but actually it's only 2 or 3 minutes of your day when you allow yourself just to be there, letting go of everything. The back of your head resting, your shoulders releasing down to the ground, your shoulder blades. Your palms are open, facing the ceiling, letting go of the weight of your hands, of your lower back and your hips, and the back of your legs. Just slowly with your focus, following the flow of the breath. a longer breath all the way down to your belly. And then long exhale out. Feel your belly lifting up as you inhale. And then notice as it falls back down when you exhale. Move your head slowly, moving your chin to the left shoulder and then the right shoulder. Try this movement as slow as possible. And when you go through the center, really press down through the back of the head, almost feeling it like it would be a gentle massage. And then your head comes back to the center. Move your fingers and your toes. And then reach your hands up and above the head, finding the full body stretch from your fingers to your toes. Point and flex the feet. And then hands come back either side of your body and roll over to the right side. Last moment for you here. And take that moment to notice what it felt like in your body and in your mind before you started this practice. What was happening in your day? What did you bring to this practice? And where are you now? Notice the shift and the change. Maybe you feel lighter, more focused, and with a little bit more energy for what comes next in your day. Keep that clarity, that sensation in your body for what comes next for you. Make your way back to seated. We're going to close this practice together. Bring your hands to the chest, putting one palm and then the other on the top of it. Pressing onto your chest, feeling your body. Your chin comes to your chest, bowing the head down. Thank you everyone for finding that moment to practice, to find that center and focus, to try this practice again. And then release your hands and open your eyes. Ooh, thank you everyone for coming up to the practice again. Let's recap that breath that we started our practice with, just so that you can use it as a tool, maybe in other physical activities and exercises that you're doing, or really to give yourself that boost of focus and energy in other parts of your day. Maybe sometimes when you feel that your mood is going down and you feel a little bit low on energy, try to bring that breath back and notice what happens. It also is a funny and playful way to engage your body in the middle of the day. So let's bring the hands to the belly and then inhale in, feel the belly expanding against your hands. And then on the exhale, push the breath out. Two more like this, inhale in. Exhale, push the breath. And then one more time, inhale. Exhale, push the breath. And then let's do quick, fast ones. So you just inhale once, and then you just do push, push, push with the belly squeezing in and pushing the breath out. Your inhale is going to become passive. So you're going to do it twice. Inhale in. And then come back. And let's do another one. Inhale. And relax. And maybe when you do it yourself later in the day, see if you can actually carry on this fast exhale for a little longer and notice how it feels in your body and what it brings after when you finish with your practice. All right, thank you everyone for joining today. As usual, I will upload this practice online so you can come back to it and practice it on other days throughout this week. And do let me know how it felt. what takeaways you have from this practice, what you will be bringing into your day. And as usual, let me know what other themes are coming up that we can use the practice to work through them and find those connections on the mat. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you on the next one next week.